The champs is here.
Yo, we out here on the track when the dreamers run. Each step a testament, here we get it done. Crushing all the hurdles, breaking through the pain. The Texas sun shines bright as we train in the lane. Push it to the limit, never look back. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. So lace up your shoes, let the journey commence. Texas Track Dad, we build the suspense.
Yo, what is going on? What is going on? We got a hot show today. Appreciate y'all coming in. Let's see where we at. We're about 30 right now. We're going up. But we got a legend in the house today. The most decorated high school girl, track and field athlete is going to be Taylor Nunez. And let me pull this up here. But before we bring her on, I got to give a shout out to my guy over there at Trackborn. You know, we got to do that. If you're looking for any track and field stuff, holler at my guy over there at Trackborn, of course. And also, I know y'all seen my posts. I have, I'm doing the ambassadors now, Texas Track Dad ambassadors. Right now, we got this cooling towel. If you are interested, this is how the towels look. Just go ahead and drop message in my DM. I get you that paperwork. Look for athletes, coaches, trainers, or whatnot. So especially athletes, you know you're gonna need that cooling towel after that 400. So go ahead and get you one. Go ahead and get you one. But here we go. We're gonna bring Taylor on right now. What's going on, Taylor? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I know it's rush for you right now. You about to head off to college. Let me tell y'all a little bit about Taylor before we get into these questions here. And if you're on IG, you could drop your comments in that section there. I should see them over here as well. So Taylor, she's the most decorated girl sprinter in Texas history. 16 gold medals, is that right?
16? I'm 20 total, but 16 not counting my team championships.
We ain't gonna brag. Right. So yeah. So we gonna say 20. We gonna say 20. We gonna go with 20. But it's documented. I was telling you, I read a good post. I think San Antonio Post did it. They wrote a real good article. Of course, they said 16 state gold medals, undefeated in UIL, Texas A&M commit. Also, you got your eyes on 2028 Olympics that's going to be in LA or whatnot. So let's go ahead and jump into these questions right now. Okay. If you had to race any sprinter in history, who would it be?
My mom.
You think you could beat her?
Like in her prime?
In her prime, yeah.
I think I could give her a run for her money. I wouldn't say I would beat her because my mom was very talented, but I definitely think I would give her a run for the money for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So do you have a pre-race ritual Do you play hype music, loud music? You stay calm, or what do you do before a race?
Usually I just listen to raw wave, and my mom would just kind of like stretch me out, and that's really it, to be honest. I kind of just stay pretty calm. I get nervous already, so I try to just be calm and relax.
So Rob, what's your favorite song from him?
I would probably have to say, I would probably have to say 25. But like
25?
if it's like an older one, it'd probably be I Get Around, which that's like a really, really old album, like back in like 6th grade when I was listening.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm about to check them out though. I see them on like iTunes and stuff like that. I'm about to check them out for sure. So you think that if I pop in it's Rod Wave, right?
Rod Wave, yes, sir.
Like, you think if I pop that in, before a race or whatever, because I'm still trying to do my thing in that 100. You think that? You think I can go by 9-9 if I put that?
Yeah, I think you would get hyped. Yeah. I mean, some people think he's sad, but like, if you really listen to his lyrics, like, you gotta just understand, to be honest.
Okay, all right. I'm about to pop that in. Here we go. What's your go-to post meal after a big win? Just say your last state race, state meet. You won that. It was an emotional time or whatever. When you went home, can y'all stop me by Whataburger on the way home? Or what's your favorite?
So like, we went as a team, but we went to Chipotle this past year. But the year before, like my junior year, we went to Whataburger, and it was really good. Both times, like Chipotle, it just all hit. Like, it was so good. Yeah. We were there all night.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. What you get from Whataburger? What do you roll with that?
Usually just like the number one.
Okay. I know you got to throw the cheese on it. Hey, I know your coach is watching, trainers go.
No,
just get the number one, no cheese.
The one that's like, no,
yeah,
don't eat that.
Well, hey, I go with the double. I tried the triple cheese once, but that's too much for me.
That's too much, yeah.
That's too much for sure. So take us back. How did you get? Let's see. How did you first get into track and field, and when did you realize you had elite speed there?
So I started running track when I was about 5 years old, turning 6. And I had tried other sports. I tried soccer. I tried gymnastics, basketball. Soccer and gymnastics when I was like around like 4 or 5 years old. And then I kind of just got out of that. I didn't really have a passion for it at all. And so then I started playing basketball. And I enjoyed it, and I was running track at the same time. And around like middle school, it was starting to get very hard to do both because I was very good in both. So I kind of had to choose. And with basketball, I wasn't passionate about it like I was with track. I didn't have a ball in my hands every day. I didn't desire to go to the gym and shoot, like nothing like that. It was really just social for me. And so then I just chose track in 8th grade.
She kind of timing out. There you go. We got you back.
Okay. Yeah. In 8th grade, I chose just to run track. And I had won nationals in the 200. And that's when I realized I was really elite because I went against like the top girls, of course, at that time. And I gained a lot of confidence from it because in my early stages of running, I wasn't super elite. Like I was kind of just average. If you asked me back then if I thought it would be where I'm at today, I wouldn't think I would be here. So, yeah, definitely 8th grade was definitely a game changer for me.
Yeah, I've been following you for a while. Your camp they own it because your progression is shot through the roof.
Yes.
Good race management every year, good race management. And just keep that up. Just keep that up. You already know what to do when you go to school. It's same old, just on a higher level.
Correct.
Or whatnot. So I probably already know the answer to this because you kind of answered it earlier. Growing up, who inspired you in the sport?
Definitely my mom for sure.
Okay.
Definitely
Okay.
my mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
She plays a big part in my life on and off the track. So
Good.
yeah.
That's good to hear. We like to hear that sometime. Hey,
Yeah.
mom, you hear that? We like to hear that sometimes. You know. So does she have some old videos around? You know,
On YouTube,
racing
yeah. On
on
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. All right. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Um, what's been your favorite high school race so far, and what made that race special to you?
I would probably say this past state meet, the 4x4.
Yeah.
It was a very emotional race for me and my teammates. It was just very different than any race that I've done during UIL track and outside of it. It was just amazing because one, of course, I got to do it with my teammates. It was our last one. We weren't winning when I got the baton, and I kind of just had to push really, really deep and just
Uh huh.
dig and just dig. And I just feel like it showed a lot of heart that our team had because we had won 3 times already, and we didn't get comfortable with that. We wanted to go
Mm-hmm.
out with winning it all, and we did just that. So it was definitely an amazing experience. To have been able to do that with my teammates. And honestly, it was just kind of something you had to be there for to really
Yeah. Yeah.
feel the emotion.
Yeah. So I want to ask you this. So did you enjoy your senior year? Because that's how it's supposed to be. You work hard, all those years, running and all that good stuff. You finally sign to a college. Then your senior year come around. It's all about having fun that year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So did you enjoy it? You did. You
I
did
did.
enjoy it.
I did
That's
enjoy it.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yes.
Um, Texas is known for producing elite sprinters. Um, how does it feel to be recognized as one of the best to do it ever in Texas, which is that's the dog state sprinters and track and field? How does it feel to be up there?
Sometimes I feel like I haven't fully processed what that really means. I think it's great. I'm very blessed to be in this position. Sometimes I really don't even have words for it because it's kind
Yeah,
of just
yeah.
like I feel like people view it differently than I do. They look at it as
Hmm.
amazing and everything like that. And it kind of, for me, it's more just all the hard work and the trials and tribulations that I've gone through to get to where I am because
Yeah,
it wasn't easy
yeah,
at all. And I know some people may think that just because I'm 3A, that it is easy. But, if that's the case, everybody would have 16 goals, if it was really that easy.
yeah, yeah.
So it's definitely been great to be where I'm at today and just having that title. It means everything to me.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And one of the main things, take this with you when you go to college. We don't care what everybody think either.
Right. Right.
You've been you're an official sprinter.
Mhm.
Your numbers speak. Your numbers speak for you.
Right.
And it's good. You're still humble. Like I say, every time I watch you run, you show good sportsmanship, and you keep it moving.
Right.
you
Yeah.
you keep it
Yeah.
moving, and that's the way to be. That's the way to be. You don't want to get caught up in all the hype of this and this and this and this. I mean, it is what it is. Go out there, you
Right.
run, you do your job. Keep going. Um, but yeah. Good job, good job. What's been your biggest challenge you face in maintaining such a high level of performance?
I would probably say just the sacrifices that I've made to be where I'm at. I missed my senior prom to go and train in Houston, and that was one of the big things that I kind of just sacrificed. Staying out late with my friends and that don't run track, and just kind of
Yeah,
having to have that balance, um, especially with right now, like the transition of from high school, graduating, and then having all this time before I go to college, just, remembering why I'm going to college and things
yeah,
like that. And just trying to stay focused, even with just having this free time that I have, because that's coming to an end. So just remembering to keep everything balanced and just, there's going to be sacrifices. But at the end of the day, they're worth it. So.
Yeah. It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy being at the top. It's not easy. You make sacrifices. Your parents make sacrifices, as part of it. But at the end, all that hard work you've been doing is going to keep coming together, Right. Like I say, when you're in college now, and it's school track. It's crazy. It's a lot, but you got a good team behind you, and I know you're going to do well. But definitely enjoy the free time you have now, because in a couple of weeks you ain't gonna have that. I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah.
when you get out there.
Not even a week on Friday. So
that's why I try to tell. I try to tell the kids, like, yeah, we're going to college, we're gonna have fun. The first 3 months down there, it's gonna be a lot. But anyway, here we go. Let's talk about the recruiting process a little bit. Recruiting can be, overwhelming. What was your approach to managing the calls, visits, and the offers? What was your approach with it?
So luckily, I have 2 parents who have been through the process before with my older brother. So, we kind of, everybody kind of says the same thing on the phone call. They tell you how they have all these facilities, how they can help you. They kind of always say the same thing. It's very repetitive. But it really just comes down to where I saw myself, and not everything for like me and my family. We're not chasers. Like, we don't care about paychecks. We don't care about any of that, because I'm actually very blessed to not have to even worry about any of that, thanks to my parents. So really, it was just where I saw myself, where being at that school could take me after the 4 years, and just more of like a 40-year plan, and the exposure that school brings for me, not even just on the track, but off the track as well. And with A&M specifically, they have the Aggie Network, which is amazing. And, there's a lot of Aggies, especially in Texas and, outside of Texas, and just being able to connect with people outside of the track will definitely come in handy, and just being successful regardless, not even just on the track, but, whatever I plan to do after college as well.
Yeah, y'all Aggies, y'all run deep. Y'all deep out there. There's a lot of y'all. There's a lot of y'all. Yeah. And you made some good points. You want to go where it's gonna feel like home. You go to a school where it's gonna fit you.
Right. Yeah.
Don't go. Don't go somewhere where somebody wants you to go. It might not fit. Wherever you feel comfortable, that's where you need to go. Exactly. And I can see you did your research already just by talking to you about the school, and that's very important. When you're going up to college, you need to make sure you do your research on the school. I read you're going to major in kinesiology, right? What you think about that? Okay. So yeah. So definitely academics is important too. And that degree with an A&M on there is a whole lot of weight. Right. It holds a lot of weight. Exactly. So how important was the fit with the coaching staff, facilities, academics, and location?
So first, location, of course, it being in Texas is definitely a bonus. Not too far from home, but not too close either. I love Texas. Like, if I was going to go out of Texas, like, they would have to. Yeah. Everything had to be perfect for me to get out of Texas, if I'm being honest. Even though A&M was my only Texas school on the list for my top schools. But other than that, the coaching staff, that definitely played a part in me committing here, and just making sure that, I felt like family. I felt like I was seen more than just an athlete, but as a person, as a female. Yeah. And it being more than just, who's going to be there when you're successful, but who's going to be there when you're down, or if you're hurt, or, when things just, everybody has their moments where you're not running as well as you would like to, and still being treated as a person. And, I still have feelings. I'm not just an athlete that is just going to be on go like every single time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and that's like I say, that's important. You talk to those coaches, get a good feel for them. You talk to the athletes down there. At the end of the day, it's going to be you want to be around people who care about you, and it's not going to treat you just like a number.
Right.
Exactly. That's what you don't want, and a
Right.
lot of athletes don't understand that. Go somewhere where you're going to be treated like a person.
Correct.
Time and time again, I see these track meets, and I just know them athletes shouldn't be. I just see the pain in their face because they still kind of hurt running, but that's a whole nother soapbox I got. But definitely go where you is going to feel like home, and you feel comfortable, around your coaches and all that stuff. And it's, man, I'm telling you, if those out of state schools that can pull a Texas athlete, I'm telling you, they celebrate once they do that up there because it's hard to get them.
Right.
It's hard to get them. Let's see, for the younger athletes listening, what advice would you give them about handling the recruiting process?
Honestly, I would just say to make sure that you're paying attention. Make sure that you're kind of just doing your research, like you said, and honestly, just staying humble throughout the whole process because all of it can be taken away once you get too ahead of yourself. And just remembering that, you can have all these schools, but at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do in the classroom for any of that to occur. So just making sure you're staying focused.
Okay. Yeah. That's the main thing. Just focus on you and get your training in, and
right.
You just can't worry about everybody else.
Right.
You just
exactly.
can't worry about, especially the younger athletes, coming up, high school, middle school. You just can't worry about what everybody else doing, and parents too,
Right.
Parents see athletes running this time or jumping this. They want to push their kid more who's not ready to be pushed, which causes all type of stuff.
Yes,
all type of
definitely.
stuff. What areas are you focusing on this summer to prepare for? Well, you say you just kind of just laying back right now, right?
Well, I've been working out, but like I hit the track, no. But I've been working out.
I hear you. It's because you go get over that track.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you planning on jumping
yes.
at A&M as well?
Yes,
Nice. Let's see. Just got a few more here. Mentally, how do you prepare for the shift from being a high school superstar to competing against the best in the nation? And that's SEC, right?
Correct.
How are you preparing mentally for that?
Mentally, just remembering that, what I did in high school was high school, and it's kind of almost like starting over. But nobody can take away what I did, of course. But just going in there with just staying consistent and how I was in high school, and kind of just remembering, who I am and just having that confidence, but also just knowing, this is a clean slate. This is a fresh start. I have 4 years here running in college. So, yeah, really just remembering that. And, everyone's good. It's not going to be like 3A, which I'm actually very excited about getting that good competition, every time I'm running, every time I'm at practice. And, you're not going to win everything. Yes, I have won a lot, but, I still know that you can't win everything. And there's been meets that, outside of running for my high school team where I haven't necessarily been winning, and things like that. So I've had my fair share of losses as well. So, I'm honestly ready for it when it comes to that.
Yeah. And good comment too. With that said, you can't win every race.
Yeah.
Nobody wins every race, going to that level, you already know what to do and what not to do. Just continue. The best advice I can give you, continue to be you, communicate with the coaches on what their plan is or whatever, and stay on track or whatnot. Right. It's like when you go to college, I tell people, like when you go on that website, you look at that roster, your profile, they might have a little bit about high school, but the rest of it is blank.
Right.
Because you just, like you said, you just starting over, which is nothing wrong with that.
No.
But just be patient. You know, just be patient. You know, is it gonna be hard? Is it gonna be stressful? Yeah, it is. You know, but adjust.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do. Just adjust. But the way, like I say, the camp you got behind you, you gonna be good. You gonna be good. There's no doubt in my mind. So closing here, when fans think of Taylor Nunez in 10 years, what do you hope they remember?
I hope they remember just me as being humble, because I feel like I've always been very humble. That's just who I am, and how my community is a big thing for me. You know, I gave back to my city, and I had a camp.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
for the young kids. So honestly, just remembering, you know, the things that I did as well, outside of just me running, but giving back to my city, which means a lot to me to be able to do that. And you know, of course, remember what I did at the state meet and things like that. So yeah.
Nice. So we come to an end here. Also, you got any shout outs to coaches, teammates, family, anything like that?
I definitely want to shout out my mom and dad for, you know, everything they've done for me, all the sacrifices. You know, my dad doesn't really know much about track, but he's always done his best to understand and be very supportive. And I also want to shout out to my AMAX coaches. You know, they've been there for me, and you know, they've been a part of my journey and just getting me ready. So I really appreciate them. And my jump coach, Leonard Cobb, who also helped me get to 21 feet. So very appreciative.
Okay.
And my
20
as well. Yeah.
All right. And your fastest time was 11:13.
Yes.
I believe. Okay. All right. See, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So before we go, you know, I got to ask you this. It's been a while since I talked to you since the last show, but now I know you got all these medals and all this, but the question is, are you faster than Texas Track Dad?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you sure?
I think so.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll let you have it. But hey, where can they follow you? They want to follow you with your season, your college season approaching. How can they follow you, and what social media sites?
Instagram at @the.Taylor Nunez, or my dad always posts like on Twitter, like about me. So okay. I think his is like Lupe Nunez. Yeah. Kind of the same.
Yeah, if y'all look in the description, also I got the tags in there. Just click it and y'all go follow her as well. But Taylor, I'm gonna let you go so you can enjoy the rest of the time you have. All right, and I'll be following you on your college career. Keep up the good work. Continue to be Taylor Nunez. Stay focused and communicate with your coaches and trainers and everybody up there, and mom and dad. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. We out. Thank you again.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Peace.
The champs is here.
Yo, we out here on the track when the dreamers run. Each step a testament, yeah, we get it done. Crushing all the hurdles, breaking through the pain. The Texas sun shines bright as we train in the lane. Push it to the limit, never look back. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas Track Dad, we run the show. Talking talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. So lace up your shoes, let the journey commence. Texas Track Dad, we build the suspense.